Hey, good morning, disciples from the disciplemachine.com. It's good to see you. Been a few days. I had lots of company over the weekend. I'm going to show you a few pictures of that. But first, let's not forget why we're here every morning. Not every morning, but we should be doing this every morning, and that is God damning the devil. So, welcome to God Damn the Devil and Coffee with Big Addison. BigA. That's me. Here we go. Yeah, I don't have my goddamn coffee cup this morning, but I'll have it next time. At any rate, God damn the devil and his cohorts to hell, death, and destruction in that lake of fire. God damn them from any influence on our minds and on our activities. And may God give us the strength we need to get through this day and this day only. We'll worry about tomorrow when tomorrow comes. And may God use each and every one of us somehow, some way to be worth something to the cause of Christ today. And why don't you say that to yourself? Why don't you ask your father that yourself today? You are a member of the disciple machine. When's the last time you went out and did any discipling? Huh? Ask yourself that, and then ask yourself why. Anyway, let's get to it. All right. So today, just kind of a mishmash. I'm just kind of feeling like rambling. Uh, I do want to show you over here. I do want to show you over here at the machine. We can get out of here. We can go to the community. Hopefully, I'm live. Hey, I am live. But once again, I have updated the about page. What's this? So you can use the top. School is telling me something. School wants to enter picture in picture automatically so you can use it on top of other tabs in Windows. Allow this time. Oh, that's cool. They're giving me a monitor here. I can see myself. Oh boy, that's scary. At any rate, back to the topic I had. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of cool. I hope it comes off well in video. I guess we'll find out. At any rate, the new about page. Yeah, I did it again. Because our turnover rate is about zero. Oh Lord. I don't know what any of you all expected, but it's pretty much what I expected. I wish God would break us out, and maybe He will one day. But in the meantime, the topic about today is misfits. But let's get back to, because that's who we are. But let's get back to the about page real quick. Just trying something new. Pastor Scott. Wow, that's been a while. Pastor Courts put out a email that I have taken from and used some excerpts to create the new about page. Let me just kind of trying to find one that will, get somebody to hit the join button and mean it. Here we go. You prayed to be used by God? Well, here's your answer. Excerpt from Pastor Joseph Cortez. God declaring the end from the beginning, saying, my purpose will be established. Isaiah 46:10. History is not drifting. It is moving. It is moving towards a moment when Christ, let me say that again, when Christ will appear. History is moving towards that moment when Christ will appear, folks. And unfortunately for you now, you can't be acting stupid about it. You know enough now to know it's true. And you know enough now to know that you should be out there telling people. because that's our job as a Christian and as a disciple. And if you're not doing that, you need to take a minute and do a little self reflecting about what Christianity means to you, or if you're really a Christian. Yeah, give that a thought. The question is whether we are listening, whether we are watching, whether we are ready, because the same Jesus who came once in humility, humility meaning he came to show what real love is. He came to show us the closest thing we're ever going to get to who and what God is. And he came to lay himself down as a sacrifice, as that innocent lamb, for all of us to be able to have a way back to the Father. That was the humility. He's coming again in glory, though. Next time, it ain't a humble approach. It's a double edged sword, slicing and dicing, killing the beast, and showing everybody who they should have believed in. And his return will not be delayed by our silence, nor canceled by our neglect. For it is written, blessed is he who reads and those who hear the words of this prophecy, for the time is near. And it's now or never, my fellow Christians. Fall in or fall out. The disciple machine is here for those who choose to accept their calling as a disciple for the cause of Christ. God help you if you reject the calling. That's right. God help you. It's one thing to not know that you're rejecting the calling. It's a whole nother bag of beans to know that you are rejecting the calling. And those of you who are listening to me and you're not out there trying to do something for the cause of Christ every day, well, guess what? You're rejecting your calling. So knock it off. All right, so join now or risk never having that feeling you were chosen for this moment again. You know, that's pretty scary. The Holy Spirit is the one that does the drawing. No matter what you think you are, you never, ever, ever decide to find God or to find Jesus. They find you. The Bible says that God sends the Holy Spirit out to touch the shoulders of those that God wants to get their attention. And that's what happened. And you got touched. If you're listening to this, you probably responded. So great. You got saved. Wonderful. Congratulations. Ding, 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 ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. But guess what? That's just the starting gate. It's off to the races now, baby. You've got till now, between now and when Christ returns, to do a job. And that job is to be a witness. That job is to follow the great commandment, the great commission, which is to be a disciple, a learner, and to go make disciples, learners, right? That's the job. Start working. All right. Let me come on back to everybody. I still don't know. I still don't know what's happening here necessarily. Anyway, okay. So, what else? New about, right. Tuesday, March 24th, 2026. Time is marching on. Another day, another opportunity to be a disciple. What are you going to do about it? Anything? Are you going to end this day after listening to this without doing a frickin' thing for the cause of Christ? Are you? And if you do, don't come back and listen to it anymore. You're just a lost cause. Just forget it. Just forget any notion that you're worth a damn to the cause of Jesus Christ. All right, because if you don't start acting now, there's no other. There's not much time left, folks, and you know better. So deal with it. Get producing. All right, what else? I got a note here that, oh, yeah, Mecca. Mecca, 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 Mecca. So just want to remind everybody that, you know, hell is trying to break loose. And right now we're containing it best we can. The United States and Israel is keeping a lid on it at the moment in Iran, snuffing them out pretty good. And Israel is, as we speak, troops on the ground taking land every moment in Lebanon. Pretty soon they're going to have it. And then to the next until they take all the land that was given to Abraham by God. We're watching that happen in real time. Folks, if you, I don't know, nobody's supposed to know, right? When Christ is coming. Of course, he told us to stand ready to watch, be prepared. Why would he do that if we don't know when he's coming? Oh, it's just so stupid. It's hard to believe people are out there trying not to take notice because they don't want to stop Jesus from coming by falsely thinking he is. All the stupid games people play and all the stupid things being said from pulpits. Anyway, let's not take our eyes off of the news because prophecy is rolling out in real time. And it's just showing you how little time is left for us to get out there and do the job we're supposed to do. So I have another note here that God is a peculiar God. And by God, he sure is. Haven't you ever asked yourself, uh, why the mystery? I mean, if God's so all powerful, why doesn't he just fucking open the heavens and stick his head through and say, hey, everybody, here I am. I'm God. I'm in control. I made all of you. Don't you dare try to go against me because it's not going to end well for you. I want you to join the family. Now, why doesn't he do that? Imagine that would get everybody's attention right quick and they'd stop wondering if God was real or not. Well, he's a peculiar God. And the fact is that he already did that once in heaven in front of all the heavenly hosts that he created. And apparently they didn't believe him. 1/3 of heaven fell. Right? So he already tried to show himself to his creation, expecting that they would not go against him, knowing that he's the one that created them. He could wipe them out with just a blink. But no. So God did it again. He created the whole ding dong deal down here and give us a chance at faith, at giving us to know he exists, to put it in our hearts that he exists, and to pick a few people. We call them misfits. I call them misfits to get out there and pronounce and show you that he exists. He's not going to pierce the heavens until Jesus comes. And then when that day happens, it might be too late. Grace is over. I don't know what Jesus is going to offer. I do believe he's going to extend some kind of grace for a minute or two while he's here, before all heaven breaks loose out on the globe. But I wouldn't count on it. I think I'd want to get my hat in the mix right now while it's a sure thing, which is why you should be out there discipling people. What about the people you love? What about your family? What about your husband, your wife, your kids? Are you too embarrassed to let them know that they need to find God the way you found God? They need to start preparing themselves. They need to understand the end is near. I don't mean tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, for those that think that, we're not supposed to know the day or the hour that Jesus returns, even though we're commanded to watch for it, uh, we should be acting like it, right? All right. Anyway, misfits. Let me go show you something here right quick. What was it? Not that. Gosh darn, I swear to Buddha, I do that every time. I don't mean to, but here we go. Let me try this over here. I think this is where I want to go. I think this is where I want to go. Boom. I think that's it. Yeah. The Island of Misfit Characters. Remember that? I don't know about you, but I grew up with watching Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer every year as a kid. And the Island of Misfits, I don't know why, but it really spoke to me as a kid. I kind of knew then, I think I was a misfit. Well, I've been a misfit all my life because I'm a giant man, so that always gets everybody's attention. But up here and in here, I'm a misfit on this planet. I've always felt that. I never felt it more than I do now. And I'm hoping you all feel the same way. Because God's peculiar. He likes misfits. Why? Well, it's a good question. I mean, David, you know, a man after God's own heart, out there committing adultery, getting that woman pregnant, and then sending her husband to the front lines to be killed so he could have that woman to himself, Bathsheba, right? Uh, and a long list. David's got a long list of what you wouldn't consider godly, uh, godly things that God would be so thrilled about that He would call you a man after God's own heart. So, what do you think? What do you think got that? Uh, how do you think David got that moniker, acting the way he did? Well, just so you know, the man was full of faith. What he did was the one thing that he did, which I ascribe to, and I suggest everybody listening to this voice right now does the same thing, is he always said yes to God. He lived to say yes. God knew that. And God knew this was a man who he could use and trust for his purposes. And boy, God, did he ever. And let's look at what was the next big one? Paul. Let's go to the New Testament. How about Paul? How about a misfit there, huh? So Paul's out being a Jewish Pharisee, the enforcer after Jesus left and Christianity was born. Paul didn't like it. So he went after Christians. He was arresting them, torturing them, killing them, having them killed, stoned. Paul, right? Until God stopped him in his tracks and said, "Listen there, Mister Misfit, Mister Christian Killer, I got a different job for you. You, my friend, are going to save the message of grace. Paul, you're going to save Christianity. You're going to save the gospel message for me." Jesus speaking. Jesus came down and tutored Paul for 3.5 years face to face. So if you wonder why Paul calls himself the chief of sinners, wonder no more. Paul remembered who he was, and he remembered and knew the amazing amount of amazing grace that was shown to him. And that's why he never stopped. And how would you, right? I mean, we don't have the luxury of being tutored by Christ where we can't deny the fact that he exists. I mean, he shows up after he died, right? And resurrected, and he shows up and and teaches us face to face for 3.5 years. Be pretty hard to deny that one, to go against that, right? So yeah, Paul was the misfit of misfits. So I'm just here to have everybody, I want to tell everybody to embrace their misfitness. Because I already know every one of you out there listening to me, that's worth a darn, has already said to themselves, yep, I'm a misfit. So God bless the misfits. That's all I got to say for today. Uh, had a great weekend. I had 30 bikers. I had a 30 biker tour group come through and stay at my place. They camped all around. Wait a minute. Do I have that? Let me see. 1 second here. Let's see if I can find that. Facebook. Yeah, misfits. Let's see. Whoops. No, I don't want that. That's my Facebook page. Oh, hell. Who knows what's going to happen? I better get out of there. Let me try that again. Anyway, I had a bunch of bikes here over the week, and that's why you haven't heard much from me online. I was real busy and had a great time. All right, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week and get out there and do some discipling. Don't not do it. Don't end this day without trying to tell somebody about the good news of the gospel, right? It's not hard. You don't have to be a preacher. Just send them to the good news of the gospel.org. Just tell them you got a great website. Tell them to go look at that. Tell them to join the disciple machine. How's that for a crazy notion, huh? All right. Peace out. Love you all. We'll talk to you on Friday, God willing. Bye.